The morning rush in downtown Seattle was the usual blur, honking cars, the smell of coffee, and the buzz of people chasing time. But among the noise, one small voice pierced through the chaos. "Sir, would you please buy my bike?" The man turned. He was tall, sharply dressed, mid-40s, Ethan Cole, CEO of Coltech Industries, a man known for his ruthless business instincts and strict no-excuses policy. And there she was, a little girl, maybe 9, standing beside a rusted pink bicycle. Her hair was messy, her jacket too thin for the cold, and yet her eyes, they had the kind of innocence that stops time. Ethan frowned. "Why are you selling your bike, kid?" She swallowed hard. "Mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days. She said she's not hungry, but I know she is. So I want to buy her food." Something twisted inside Ethan, a feeling he hadn't had in years. Pity? No, something deeper. "Where's your mom?" he asked. The girl hesitated, glancing toward a small park bench across the street. There sat a woman with tired eyes, holding a paper cup of coffee that looked like it had long gone cold. Her clothes were faded, her face pale, but Ethan froze when he saw her. It was Anna Parker. The name hit him like a punch. Anna, his former assistant. The same woman he'd fired 6 months ago after she missed an urgent meeting. He hadn't cared about her excuse then. Something about her sick child. "Business first," he had said coldly. "Personal problems are not my concern." And now that child was standing in front of him. Ethan felt his throat tighten. "Your mom worked at Coltech, didn't she?" The girl nodded softly. She said her boss didn't like her anymore. For a moment he couldn't breathe. Guilt crawled up his chest. He looked at the bike again, the chain half broken. One pedal missing, and this tiny girl was willing to give, maybe $20, she said shyly, her fingers gripping the worn handlebar. Ethan looked at her, at the innocence, the quiet desperation behind that trembling voice. $20. That's what hope was worth to her. He pulled out his wallet and handed her a crisp $100 bill. Her eyes widened. "Sir, that's too much. It's only worth—" He smiled gently. "I think it's worth exactly this. Maybe even more." The girl's lips quivered as she took the bill with both hands. "Thank you, sir. Mommy's gonna be so happy. Can you wait here? I'll tell her." Before he could respond, she dashed across the street, her little sneakers splashing through puddles. Ethan watched her wrap her arms around Anna. He could see the disbelief on Anna's face when the girl showed her the money. And then Anna looked up and saw him. Her expression froze, shock, then confusion. Then a hint of anger. She stood slowly, clutching her daughter's hand, and crossed the street. "Ethan," she said quietly, her voice trembling, "what are you doing here?" He swallowed hard. "I should be the one asking that." "Anna, You fired me," she interrupted, her tone controlled but fragile. "You didn't even let me explain. My daughter had pneumonia that day. I begged for just a few hours." Ethan nodded, shame burning his face. "I know. And I was wrong." Anna looked down at her daughter, who was smiling up at Ethan. "This is the man who helped us, Mommy. He bought my bike." Tears filled Anna's eyes. "Sweetheart, you didn't have to sell your bike." "But Mommy, you were hungry," the girl whispered. For the first time in years, Ethan felt his heart ache, not from loss or pride, but from seeing what his decisions had cost others. He took a deep breath. "Anna, listen. I can't undo what I did. But I can make things right. Come back to Coltech, not as my assistant, as our new community outreach director. You have empathy, and that's something money can't buy. We need that." Anna blinked, stunned. "You're serious?" He nodded. "And as for you," he turned to the little girl, "how about we find you a new bike? One that can fly faster than the wind." The girl giggled, her eyes lighting up. "You mean it?" "I do," Ethan said softly. Weeks later, the sound of children's laughter filled a newly opened Coltech Kids Fun Center, a charity wing dedicated to helping single mothers and children in need. At the center of it all stood Anna, organizing food drives, smiling like someone who finally found her place again. And right beside her, the same little girl rode a shiny new pink bicycle, the sun glinting off its silver handles. Ethan watched from a distance, his heart lighter than it had been in years. For once, it wasn't a business deal that changed his life. It was a simple act of kindness from a hungry child who taught him what humanity really means. As he turned to leave, he heard her call out, "Thank you, Mr. Ethan." He smiled and whispered to himself, "No, kid. Thank you."